Okay, well anyways, we can get this underway. We've got one of the semi-finals, the other one will take some time to actually start. But again, we got Jungle Juicers. Oh my god, starting really early. Rexer. Look at this dunk! I mean, we can't look at it because I've skipped the replay. But we move. Jungle Juicers, it looked extremely impressive in their first series versus Rest in Peace. However, rofl, I haven't seen anything of them, so looking to see what they have to provide. Dino almost able to snatch that one. Squix setting up a decent play. rofl yesterday, not yesterday, sorry, apologies, 2 days ago, they were able to sweep the likes of Olivia Rodrigo, who are playing in the quarterfinals still, right now. Apparently they're having a long series. And then, yeah, Jungle Juicers, we already went over their run. They were able to win against Control in Game 5, and now that Control have made the semis, that looks oh so much more impressive. rofl, they've been a little bit untested, apart from their series potentially versus Royals 5, considering they were quite impressive 2 days ago. But I think overall Jungle Juicers have had the more impressive run, and they look to be on top still. But it's only early on, so can't really base everything on what we've seen so far. Dino using the Korean decal, the South Korean decal to be so precise, so I respect that. And Squix using the away G2 esports decal, that's also very respectable. I have to say that I do prefer Toss's car on the blue side, so we might have to put them on the blue side next time. I'm just kidding, but I do prefer the blue side one. Here's Squix, might just be able to get another one. He does get the 50. And Rexer unable to do too much, as now it's been quite a stalemate ever since that first goal. Seems to be a very even confrontation here between these two teams. Renshiro unable to really get a good setup on the double tap or anything of worth. Squix able to move this one forward. Renshiro with a decent cutout. Unable to get the clearance, however. Teammate there to back him up. Tosses tries to read this one, but Dino there to clear as we enter the latter half of the match. Still 1-0 in favor of Jungle Juicers. Rexer kind of just faking that one, and teammate coming in from behind to surprise the defense of rofl. Renshiro here, a quick counter, and it is on target. Renshiro, he's been so dangerous on the counter attack for this Jungle Juicer side, and it's actually an awkward pass as well. Bit of a double commit, but Dino unable to get to that one. It's a quick transition from Jungle Juicers. Menzu tries to pass it, but it's a very awkward situation to do so, and they end up conceding a lot of pressure here. Jungle Juicers, will they make it count? I think it might just be open. Tosses does get the double tapping in, and again, dominance continuing. You know, I said this might have been a very tight confrontation, and it was for a while, but now Jungle Juicers really running away with it. 1 minute and 40 remaining, unlikely to much a comeback, and especially on Rexer is reading the play like that. Just a pre-jump off the shot, off an amazing pass, and yeah, I mean, Jungle Juicers have been so incredibly impressive, and I can't stop talking about it just because of how dominant they have been so far in the first 4 games I've seen them play today. And they had one tight one, but still, they looked like they had the majority of the good opportunities in that one as well. And it's been the case ever since and before. Now Renshiro getting it over one. Dino, last man back, able to make a midfield stop. And Jungle just are playing it very smartly, just going for this single solo efforts and just getting a decent 50 to just make it awkward here for rofl to come back. Again, should remind you, this is best of 7. A lot of time to adapt. It's a great attempt here by Menzu. A solo effort trying to double tap that one in, and 50 coming in from Dino in front of the orange net. But again, not able to break the defense of Jungle Juicers. Renshiro pass off to the midfield. Nobody quite there. Or was that Renshiro popping it to his own side? I think it was. And I think that should be done and dusted. Yeah, 10 seconds left, 3-0. rofl will not be able to come back from that one. A lot of credit has to be given to the Jungle Juicers for that Game 1 performance. The full Finnish squad replicating their performance from last series so far, but we're going to go into... No, not the pillars, guys. Sovereign Heights, that's it. How's the other series going? It says that, oh, day 1, round 2, winning game 5 against Olivia Rodrigo. Very tight affair. Unfortunate that for the full Swedish squad, just marginally bested in the tight affair. And day 1, round 2, I mean, they're seated extremely high because of their ranked points, but they haven't quite replicated that performance. So I'm interested to see what they're gonna do once they, they play against a team like Control, who has proven to be extremely worthy of their position in the tournament, beating out extremely good teams and getting a very close series against Jungle Juicers, which in this entire tournament they've been the only ones to do. So yeah, I mean, Control Esports might have to be taken a little bit more seriously than I initially thought. A lot of credit has to be given to them, but now we found ourselves in game number 2 between rofl and Jungle Juicers in this best of 7. Menzu being patient on that one and eventually gains control, going for the reset, goes under 1, doesn't quite get the play he wanted to, however. Trying to get at 50 after a commit downfield, but unable to make it work. Renshiro able to move this one downfield. Shot coming through from Tossis, and a slight defensive mishap there from rofl. I think they should have been able to cut it out before the shot came in. And a slight mechanical error, and just like that, they're already down by 1 in the first minute. As we enter the second. Menzu trying to start this offense, which has been partially non-existent. An open net for Tossis, doesn't quite get it fast enough, and Dino with a quick stop, getting there in time. Renshiro pushes this one forward again, goes for a smart fake there. He's been rather aggressive, so switching that up a little bit, extremely important. Tossis almost gets that read, but however, pass did come in midfield regardless. Here, pass coming in again, and Renshiro in position. Squix should have taken it slightly slower, and I think they could have defeated the defense by just having a little bit less respect there. I think he was expecting a challenge to come through whilst the defender was in position, but no, all defenders was basically on the goal line, if not on the backboard, so could have taken it slower. But it's very understandable you have that amount of respect, because Jungle Juicers have just been on top of it for the entirety. And they're able to win the chess games as well, the rock, paper, scissors scenarios of Rocket League. A good pass by Renshiro, Rexer in the midfield, and he makes it 2. Pretty much halfway into the game now. And now they've got themselves the most dangerous lead in Rocket League, the 2-goal lead. And that's why it's exactly that. An instant response from Squix will put themselves within 1. Menzu with a big clear over to Dino. First to that ball, puts it high. Rexer, not too many issues dealing with that one, though ends up being on low boost here, so pressure might mount a little bit here from rofl, but no, nobody in the midfield going for that ball, just waiting passively here, rofl. Here, bump attempt from Squix. Very smart, pass down mid, but I think it was a pre-jump from the teammate. I think it was Dino, but I don't think it was required, and now Dino will be able to clear it out. But I want to say that could have easily been a tying goal there. Tosses with a quick counter attack, getting that past almost everyone, but Dino able to recover. Big clear. Going over to Renshiro. Now Rexer getting it over to the side. Oh my god, I'm not sure they were on the same page. rofl there. One was controlling the ball while the other one was rushing in as fast as possible. Bit awkward play there from rofl. Rexer trying to pinch the one straight in, almost gets the astral pinch. Now Dino setting up the counter attack. Tosses with a good read as the whiff came in from Dino. Rexer on low boost, gets the wave dash to get a bit of speed, but not quite fast enough. Definitely high quality gameplay here in this series. And rofl making it a bit tighter than last game. Most definitely. Renshiro with an interesting way of finding it to his teammate, but definitely very mechanical. Now 30 seconds remaining, and Rexer here going for a ceiling shot. Dino now has to make a count. rofl within one, and they have to score one to tie things up in this game, or else they will go down by 2. Not on match point, as you have to win 4 in this best of 7 to win. But losing 2 games in a row is always extremely dangerous for your momentum. You know, but to put that one on, but a save from Renshiro, last second chance. All for naught here for rofl. And a good performance yet again from Jungle Juicers. Continuing the momentum the same way it has been for a long time now for them. But most definitely in a very, very tight game. Could have gone either way there here in game number 2. This time I will not forget it to put it on Neo Tokyo. Unfortunately, I did not do that in the first series. I regain, guys. I regain. Alright. Game number 3, we get underway in Neo Tokyo now. Menzu getting a decent kickoff, however, tosses first to the ball. Renshiro, double commit, however, with Rexer, and tosses on the back as well. A bit of an overcommit here, should be a goal. Squix going high. Dino is there to shoot, and he does make it count. A big overcommit there from Jungle Juicers straight into this game, and instantly punished by rofl. And that was slightly unprovoked there. I think they might have been a bit complacent here with how they've been performing. And now rofl really reaping the profits for it. Dino going backwards here, gets in a very dangerous position. Nobody there to support him, however, and that 50 was in a pretty dangerous spot here. Almost conceding from it. Here. Very far up, and a good challenge from Rexer. Menzu having to do a lot of work here, and Squix in a very awkward position. Dino will opt for the ball instead. Squix getting one reset, and it almost got the play into the top corner, but just the lack of resources made that a lot harder to do so. Renshiro almost getting that read off the ceiling. Most threatening indeed. Dino, unable to hit that one. Doing mechanical error. Your Pridger from Squix might just double tap on his own goal, no. But definitely here, Jungle Juicers threatening the net of rofl, and they have been for over a minute now. Rexer, that's caught out by Squix. I think that's a Swiss player, though I may be corrected by someone. Here, great 50 by Dino, should get into midfield, and Squix, what is he doing? It doesn't matter, Dino, he does it on his own. Here Dino, a great 50, and he's able to Doomsday dish it in as well. 3 minutes remaining, a 2-goal lead now for rofl, as momentum begins to sway the other way. Dino going for a pinch play, what the, look at the speed of that, but Renshiro in position to save it, and now Rexer on the counter attack. Renshiro there, going for the double tap, doesn't quite read it correctly. Either potentially didn't have the boost for it either. Now 50. Squix there. Rexer over to Tossis, beaten a little bit, but a decent 50. Now Rexer going for the backboard, Squix in position, only to get it as far as Renshiro, who passes it over to Tossis, caught out by the blue defense. Renshiro going for that backboard again, Menzu in position, clears it out to Dino. Unable to get to it first, Rexer with a big clearance. Tossis now, trying to collect the ball, but unable to really get control of it. There's Menzu, attempting to clear it out, but again caught out by Renshiro extremely quickly. Seems to be a bit of corner party. Now Red Dino does eventually get it out, but then met by Renshiro on the opposite end of the corner. And now we're back to the same corner we were. Rexer trying to get above one, but Squix with a good read. Menzu clearing this one out. Rexer, last man back, has to make a stop. He does so. Now trying to make a counter-attacking play, no boost to do anything with, as now rofl mounting more pressure. Now they're controlling on their own side. I thought they were gonna make a quick counter-attack play, but they opt to be a little bit more controlled. And it's a smart play, I think. Here, good shot coming out, Renshiro with the save, but as I was saying, I think it was a pretty smart play to play more controlled and not necessarily put up the infinite aggression. Because they are in a 2-goal lead, they don't have to risk getting that 3rd goal and overcommit potentially. So smart there from the side of rofl to play a little bit more controlled and take control of the game. Essentially, is what they've done. And 40 seconds remaining. Jungle Juicers have to come back from 2. Dino going for the flipper set, goes for the backboard read as well. Able to really make it work now. 30 seconds remaining. Jungle Juicers, a lot of work to do, but if they can go the extra mile, it would be such a mental battle to win if they were able to get on top. But 10 seconds remaining and too much ground to catch up on. Yeah, and that should be game. rofl able to take a game back here, and it's an impressive performance by them. And now it'll be hard to really tell how the series will be going. But you know, if I have to make a prediction, I'm gonna say that Jungle Juicers will be able to take the second game. I think that was a bit of a reality check. I think they came in a little bit soft early on, got a bit desperate to score, ended up conceding in the process, and then rofl just played a very controlled, very smart game afterwards. Definitely the better team in this game, but I don't really see it continuing into the next game at least. So yeah, I'm expecting a comeback from Jungle Juicers, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. Menzu will have the first play of the game. Going high, but Renshiro had it covered. Tosses. Unable to get up Renshiro as Dino now goes for a counterattack. Redirect. Unable to make it work. Menzu with a shot, Rexer with a save. 20 seconds in and the action's already started. As a net of jungle juicers definitely was afraid. Rexer taking this one slow, getting a decent 50. Dino there, challenged by Renshiro. Squix with an awkward clearance, and Rexer will mount the play. Goes off the ceiling. Tosses does read it perfectly, but the save did come out from rofl, who definitely have stepped up their game here. I have to say I am impressed here. Pass coming in from Rexer into the midfield, but didn't quite get the second touch that he desired. Dino with a big clearance. Oh, looks like nobody's quite there, so ends up giving it away. Renshiro unable to make it work. Dino unable to even get the 50 there, and they're just giving the ball to each other now. Bit of a ping pong game, or tennis game if you will. Rexer with a shot, saved by Squix. It's a little bit tighter than I initially expected. Dino almost able to recover, but goes off to the side to play a little bit more safe. Now Squix able to get it to Menzu, taking his time, gets a 50. However, gets told there. You can tell there the call must have comes through there, saying somebody's on the ball. So the communication seems to be decent now from rofl. Renshiro going for the shot, board down and in. No, it goes out eventually as Menzu gets it out of danger, but only for now, as the jungle juicers come forward. But a big clearance will save some time and allow the rofl players to get some boost. Ball not read correctly by Tosses. Renshiro should have probably put that a little bit higher for Tosses to try to make a play, as he was waiting on the backboard. He had a couple of whips coming out. Renshiro with the shot, but saved by Menzu. Dino with a quick save as well. As Squix, pardon, controls it, doesn't quite get the hit he wanted to, and that really could have been the counter attack. They had a bit of space there to make it work. Rexer going high, going for the double tap. Menzu with a quick read. Now a quick counter attack. Dino's right there, saved by Renshiro, who saves it before the danger truly arrived. And Squix with a shot, and that will be the tie-breaking shot here. 2 minutes and 13 left. And Squix able to break the deadlock. Dino pushes this one forward just to clear. And now that they're in the lead, it's not as worrisome to do those clears where there's no real offensive threats. But one goal isn't the most clean lead, so not in a comfortable position as of yet. You know, controlling this one, gets a decent 50, but teammate will not commit to that one. Here, decent, eligible by Squix, very controlled, however, not quite challenging the defense enough. Here's Squix going for a decent dunk here on top of Rexer. Now Menzu, Renshiro with a clear, but low boost here as pressure begins to mount from rofl. Gets it over the last man on the crossbar, however, unable to make it count for now, as they remain one goal up here. Big flick from Tosses off to Rexer. Didn't quite control the touch to try to double tap, and now Renshiro was alone for a second there, but the counterattack wasn't quite fast from rofl, which allowed time for the teammates to come back on the side of jungle juicers. As now Dino tries to get this to Menzu. Shot comes through, saved by Rexer before it even got to the net. And now the defense is just non-existent from jungle juicers. I was gonna say, like, Tosses, you have to make a touch here. Nobody's there. You're the man for that ball now. And the touch didn't come through. I think maybe he really thought he had a teammate there. And I can understand why he covered high, but eventually there was a lack of adaptation there. Now just a free open net for Renshiro. A quick play straight off the kickoff, and Yeah, the net of rofl just became a vacant lot there in the last 30 seconds. So Jungle Juicers have been given a lifeline, 30 seconds to try to tie things up, and it's definitely within the realm of possibility as well. Whiff coming out actually from Tosses will make this a bit harder for them. Oh, what a dunk from Brenshaw! Is that the open net counter-attacking play? No, Squiggs gets in time. Gets there in time in defense. Rexer not quite controlled enough, and now rofl gets a decent clear and over to the orange side. 10 seconds remaining. Dino actually pressuring the side of Jungle Juicers even more, and 3 seconds now. 2-1, and another goal from rofl will secure this game to tie up the series now. 2-2. And now Jungle Juicers are in a problematic situation because they have to think to themselves whether they have to change their style heading into the next game, or whether it's just a matter of time until they win this series. Because I think they've been playing pretty decent. It's just a couple crucial moments where potentially the comms weren't quite ideal. But yeah, here, very thin margins here by rofl to take that game. And I don't necessarily think Jungle Juicers have to change that much. Just make each other slightly more comfortable. Let each other know to not worry, just play our game. Or play their game, I should say, talking about them. But yeah, we'll be going into game number 5. Which will be Utopia Coliseum. Where is it? Utopia, there it is. It's Ugent Esports, no way. Is that a lander? Alright, as we head into game number 5, it's been a very tight affair here between Jungle Juicers and rofl. And I guess I have to stick with my prediction here for Jungle Juicers to take it eventually, but I have to say rofl, they've extremely impressed me in the last 2 games. Definitely come back and they look a lot more like a cohesive unit now. And they seem to have really gotten to the same pace and quality as Jungle Juicers, even besting them in the last 2 games. And will be interesting to see whether they can do the same in game number 5. As Benzu beats his man. Rexer in position, however, in defense. Going up high, Dino. Chazdik does get a decent bump here. Squiggs does not get a good touch whatsoever. Tosses does not have the boost, however, to make it count. Dino with a 50, but wasn't the ideal position there. The defensive structure there kind of came out of place there for rofl. Here, decent counter. Squiggs does have an open net. He does make it count. 1-0 a minute into the game, and Squiggs able to get the first goal on the board in game number 5. Yeah, I was going to say earlier, the defensive structure of rofl actually kind of became discombobulated a little bit. I felt like they were in a pretty dangerous position defensively. But I don't think it got... Oh my, Dino actually had an open net there, but couldn't quite get the pre-flip he wanted to quite get it on target. Though impressive, he almost did. I think Rexer, yeah, has to turn on that one. Almost able to get an open net opportunity there. Tosses now in the Dignitas decal. Switching up his car as well from Fennec to Octane, so a bit of a mental reset here for Tosses potentially. Not the worst idea. Here, what a flick from Rexer! Doesn't quite get it on target. So close to doing so, and it would have really kickstarted their momentum back up. Here in game 5, however, they have to do more work to try to tie things up now. Dino there going low. Renshiro does get the pre-jump challenge, however. Rexer. Big clearance here, only goes as far as Menzu. Ventura passing that back to Tosses. Menzu still there, ball chasing until he absolutely cannot go for the ball. That's a tactic that you might be surprised to see. Is originally when you start playing Rocket League, of course, ball chasing is said to be bad, but when you get to a certain rank, let's say around GC, it really gets taught to be used a little bit more, because the offensive plays coming out from the teams become a lot better, and you have to sacrifice something to save a lot of these opportunities, cut them out before they get too dangerous, and that's why ball chasing can be extremely effective and also a useful way to surprise the opponents. Here, actually pretty awkward here, Dino. Almost double tapping that on his own net on accident. But rofl get away with it. Here Squix going on his own, able to buy some time at least. But now one man beaten. Tosses unable to flick the second man, Menzu. Teammate gets demoed, however. Here ball on the back, but rexr not there in time. Does get a 50, but the goal scoring opportunity has been wasted. As by very thin margins, they weren't able to be in the right position. What a shot from Tosses! A great passing play from the team of Jungle Juicers here. Renshiro pops it down to the middle. Tosses perfectly in position. And shot in the top corner. Rexer now trying to get the lead. A flip reset. Gets it over to Renshiro, only able to 50 it with the defense of rofl. Now Menzi, pass offer to Dino. Renshiro in position. Dino was more than aware as he backed off. Now pass down in the midfield. Squix is there, and he makes it count. 40 seconds remaining, and rofl in the lead and in a likely position now to take game number 5. Seconds remaining on the clock as the Jungle Juicers have to score 1. If they don't, their opponents will be given match points and 2 opportunities to take the series. Individual effort not impressive enough from Rexer. Big pass from Renshiro over to Rexer, down to the backboard of rofl, but again the play just feathers out eventually, gets dealt with by rofl. Tosses now. Menzu with a pre-jump challenge, and he gets it as well. Renshiro beaten by Dino, but a double commit does come out. Pass over to Tosses. Does get beaten, however. Menzu with that extremely important touch. And that touch alone gives over the game to rofl. And now on match point. What map should we go on? We'll go on Urban Central. This could be a potential game 7 as well, by the way. A very tight series here between rofl and Jungle Juicers as we get game number 6 underway. A quick start, pretty important here for Jungle Juicers, as a lot of momentum is kind of important here for them to take this game. Big ball chase challenge here. Toss is able to get it to the side. Well, ball chase on that challenge. Able to get a pinch out. Waste some time and get some boost for his teammates. Renshiro will be first on it. Gets it over to Tosses. Here taking his time. Doesn't quite get the musty he wanted, but he does disrupt the play a little bit. Same goes for Renshiro. Rexer with an early challenge. Gives it over to Dino, however. Starts up this air dribble. Going up high. Rexer with a save, but it goes down to the midfield. Renshiro there with an important touch to get it out. Toss is going for the corner read. Doesn't get one into a dangerous position, however. Rexer unable to keep control of that ball and ends up giving it to Menzu. Tosses trying to get this to the midfield, but Dino again, quick hit by him to stop the offense here from Jungle Juicers. Rexer going up high. Menzu on the backboard with big clearance. Tosses there. Controls it. 50'd by Dino. Big clears by Renshiro. Squicks in time. Renshiro in the midfield, puts it on the backboard. Menzu, low boost, can't do much here. Rexer goes high. Dino there with a touch. Tosses backwards. Rexer tries to demo. I think this might just be an open net. Just about read by Tosses. A very awkward angle as the bounce came in from the post, the corner of the post. And now Jungle Juice is in the lead, and it'll be a tough task for them to keep it, as they have had problems doing so in the past couple of games here. rofl extremely impressive. Here, pass down from Tosses down to Rexer, and again, what a play from Jungle Juicers. They've mentally reset completely and have been able to utilize Tosses very, very well on the backboard there. Tosses unable to get it down to a teammate. Renshiro just trying to waste some time, I believe. Tosses being pretty aggressive though. Rexer only man back. A lot of boost has been wasted there by Jungle Juicers. Big pre-jump challenge by Tosses. Will get a touch, however. Dino gets one reset. Gets it down to the midfield. Menzu's there, but not quite the position they wanted it to be. Now pass over from Squicks. Rexer with a big clear. Tosses there. Menzu able to cut it out. Renshiro pass over to Tosses. Does slow it down a little bit here. Tries to get the 50 in, but saved by Menzu. Squicks gets a decent touch here down to the midfield. Should be a goal. Rexer there. Nobody on the side of rofl to shoot. Eventually does come in, but saved by Tosses, who's just waiting at the bottom of the goal as it gets passed straight at him basically by the offensive rofl. And now, just under 2 minutes remaining. A good flick by Squicks, but saved down by Tosses yet again. Might just be an open net. Renshiro though in position. Tracked back to get to that one, as both of his teammates committed on the same play. Menzo here, trying to get the angle, but too acute for him. Squicks now goes past one, but a second one comes in. Rexer to save the day for Jungle Juicers. And rofl, they got 1 minute and 20 now to score 2 to take the series. If they score 1, that'll be a lot of momentum for them, as a little panic would settle in for Jungle Juicers, but it will not matter as Renshiro able to get another one. Here, big play here, Dino, and probably a bit of aggression coming out from rofl, as they really needed one, as desperation settled in. I do want to mention though that rofl, I think they have been a little bit more passive ever since they've won that last game, and a little bit of passiveness coming out after they got on match point, and it might be just that thing of we're 1 game away from winning the series, like we have to make this one count, or you know, we really want to win this, because if we don't, we will go to game 7, in which case momentum will be against you. Good play, however, from rofl to at least get some momentum into next game, but 45 seconds, I suppose it's still in the realm of possibility. Now Dino gets this to the midfield. Menzu's there, gets another pass over to Squicks, but cut out by both Tosses and Renshiro. Dino actually getting a bump on Tosses there, rather impressive. 1 minute and 30, only just 30 seconds remaining now. 2 goals to make up for, as rofl try to mount any type of offensive play here. Menzu gets it over to Dino, gets it back to Menzu, who's there off the ceiling. Save comes out from Renshiro. 9 seconds remaining, and that should be it now. And Jungle Juicers, they have fought back. They've lost, I think, 3 games in a row, and they've mentally come back. The Tosses card change as well. substantial contribution. And we will be going to Game 7, Champions Field, coming underway. Where's Champions Field, guys? There it is. And I mean, my original prediction after the first game was for Jungle Juicers to take this, so I'm sticking by it. They have the momentum from last game. However, rofl, I mean, when you look at the last 4 games, they've looked like the better team on average. So could go either way, as players have postured up here for game number 7. Menzu going past 1, gets it to the midfield. Rodina was there, but he whips the ball. A mechanical error coming out from rofl, as now tosses on the counter attack. Saved out by Squix. Oh no, I got some latency variation. Dino here able to get it to Squix. Tosses. Actually making this a lot more dangerous than what I thought it would be. Squix able to get it to the midfield. Menzu's there, goes for the backboard. Rexer has to make a touch, does so as well. Rencher with another one, but I think that was just a pretty dangerous touch actually. Menzu unable to make it count. Now tosses. Unsure what he was doing there. I think he lost control of the ball a little bit. Rexer with a shot saved out by Menzu. Dino tries to clear it out. Renshiro still applying pressure. Big clear from Tosses. Renshiro keeps this somewhat controlled. Here's Squix getting over 1. Still trying to pinch, but I think he was on low boost. Rexer, a lot of boost here to try to clear this one out. Gets it past 1. Bit of time here, but low boost now from Rexer. Unable to do too much. Renshiro almost getting vast defense, but Dino gets back. Over to Menzu now, over to offense. rofl. Here, big challenge from Squix coming out. Dino. Pass down to Menzu. Over to Dino, almost making a count there, but Rexer getting in time. And Jungle Juicers defensively, they stand strong, as rofl had a couple of very threatening opportunities on the orange net. Renshiro stays low, gets the 50 in. No, it's out. It bounces off the post onto the crossbar and finds its way out of the net. A very close effort there from the Jungle Juicers. But they'll have to remain patient as it remains tied 0-0. No goals scored here in Game 7. Champions Field. As we enter the second half of the game. Renshiro here, pre-jumped by Menzu, gets it down to the midfield. Dino already up there, but Rexer on the backboard will not have any issues dealing with that. Big clang coming out over to Dino. Big shot as well, but Rexer in position. Again, defensively, both teams really in the right positions right now, but there, a lot of despeраcy coming out, but Renshiro with the important save. They were really low on boost there, Jungle Juicers, and Renshiro able to bail his teammates out. As rofl continue to mount even more pressure here. But a quick counter-attack could mean that it was all for naught. Jungle Juicers having to really kind of play on the back foot in this game. Menzu getting to the midfield again. Dino does get it on target. And 1-0 for rofl. 1 minute 38 remaining. And Jungle Juicers, they're not just on the back foot on the field, but also on the scoreline now. Rexer unable to read it, and now the mentality will truly be tested of Jungle Juicers, as they have to go the extra mile to try to win this in game number 7. Dino. Oh, it's controlled enough. Renshiro gets the 50. Menzu. 50'd high by Renshiro. Squix goes solo. Renshiro. I think that's a goal actually. Squix. It gets basically 50 on his own teammate and is able to send it all the way downfield. Renshiro, last man, gets beaten. He dropped down, and look at that, the bump into his own teammate, and Squix will be rewarded with a goal. And 2 goals up are rofl. A lot of work to be done here by Jungle Juicers, and Menzu will make that so much harder here. Gets a pass downfield as well. A lot of disturbance here by Menzu, just wasting a lot of time. And they've been very, very good whenever they've been in the lead, rofl. And I don't see Jungle Juicers coming back. 40 seconds remaining now. Renshiro unable to get to the midfield. Tosses will have to be the man back. Saves it just barely. Renshiro double committing with Rexer. A lot of panic creeping in now on the side of Jungle Juicers. Rexer unable to read that one. That's not going in, is it? No, Toss is able to read it out. Able to pinch it out as well. All the way to the blue half. And Menzu collects. Rexer challenges it out. Tries to keep it controlled, but no boost. I'm not sure why he tried to control it rather than passing it mid. Now Toss is having to do some work, and 10 seconds remaining, and Jungle Juicers, I think it might just be too much, and Toss is just unable to get the acute angle. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, rofl will be your grand finalists as they've taken down Jungle Juicers in a Game 7 thriller. Wow, just wow. I mean, what a performance there by rofl. I really thought Jungle Juicers was going to be the ones that at the end of the day came out on top in that series, but rofl just outstanding. They really grew into that series as well, dropped the game at the end, but got the Game 7 dub, and wow, they really stepped it up and got better than Jungle Juicers. So, an amazing performance by rofl, and we will be going to their back screen. When I get back to you, we will have the grand finals coming up, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.